We had a deep urge to get out into the wilderness, to walk amongst the trees, sit with the singing birds, and sleep under the stars. The wild was calling, and this led us to one of the last remaining wildernesses in Europe. Our plans to go south didn't exactly go how we thought they would after leaving Copenhagen. This is us in Germany, where we stopped to visit some of Matt's friends. It was there that we made the decision to skip some of the more popular parts of Europe and head to an area lesser known. Wild camping is prohibited in nearly the whole of Europe. So we headed east, following the Carpathian mountain range, all the way down to Romania. Romania's vast wilderness is what drew us here. Our Romania story starts in Breb, a small village located in a valley of the Carpathian Mountains. As we drove into the village, we got the sense that there was something special about this place. Part of the magic of Breb is that the villagers have held on to rich Romanian traditions, and many old ways of living still thrive here. It's also located in incredibly beautiful and peaceful countryside. We managed to bring along another passenger who caught a ride from Hungary.
How did you get in here? Huh? Well, I don't know how I'm going to get him out.
We were glad this little cutie survived the journey and hope it can adjust to its new home. At this point in time, we had a ton of footage from Norway, and we had only just begun putting our first YouTube videos together. There was still so much work to be done, and so unfortunately, the wild would have to wait until we got caught up. We stayed at a lovely campsite run by a lovely couple, Bram and Emma, who brew their own beer and make their own jam, both equally delicious. They also lent us their brewing equipment so we could filter and fill our 130-liter water tank. Now we were ready to begin exploring, but after conversations with some of the locals who knew the area well, they let us know that quite a few of the tracks were fairly extreme, and once you begin, there's no turning around. With our setup and 2 very young kids, we still carried on, but with a little more caution than usual, and eventually we were rewarded with some truly epic tracks that we had all to ourselves.
Wherever you're going, wherever you've been, I'll follow you around every bend. I'll follow you into the dark, throw your hair on down like a falling star. Colors blur, memories fade. What we found just tends to stay. So hold to me and I'll hold on to you. We'll see the story through.
We are going through our own rewilding process. When you get out into the wild, it can be a little uncomfortable at first. The sounds of the wild in the darkness can keep you up at night, and the weather can create challenging conditions. But with time, this unease dissolves. Your senses become highly tuned to your surroundings, and you enter into a deep appreciation for all that the natural world offers.
You're all I hear and you're all I can see. I'll be by your side till golden bells they ring and I say, wherever you're going, wherever you've been, I'll follow you until the end. Follow you into the dark. Throw your hair on down like a falling star.
Wild to us is to be free, without constraints or rules or a schedule, to be in an untamed state of being, just flowing with the rhythm of nature. Free to roam, free to explore, to experience nature and the universe. Often we see ourselves as separate from the natural world, but we are very much a part of it, and we all have the wild in us. To be wild is who we truly are. It can be easy to get disconnected from our wild selves when living in the modern world. That's why getting out into nature regularly has always been important to us, as a reminder of who we truly are.
Look, can you hear how it breaks? Listen, like that. That means the wood's dry. That's right. Oh, way nice. You want to break this one off? Hold that. Nice, Jack. What's up? Did it hurt your fingers?
No,
No?
but it did hit my.
Yeah, I thought it did. Looked like it did. Right.
It's hard to believe that this was our first fire since setting off from the UK.
Nice.
The kids love being a part of the process, and it must seem like magic to them once it's lit. One of the things we love most about camping is sitting under the stars around the fire. Something about fire feels so primal, and its dancing flames draw you in, almost hypnotizing you into a trance. Sitting by the fire, the rest of the world seems to dissipate, and you become 100% present. We reminisced about past adventures and the many fires we'd sat around together over the years.
Wherever you're going, wherever you've been, I'll follow you until the end. Follow you into the dark. Throw your hair on down like a falling star.
Find a place to make our own. We mark a spot that no one knows it's ours, off in the unknown. 'Cause this is where I wanna be, with you right here next to me. Don't know, but let's find out where it goes. Keep traveling on and on and on and on and on. Keep traveling on and on.
The next morning, we ventured through the Maramures Mountains Natural Park in northern Romania near the Ukraine border. Traveling in September has been a real joy. Summer holidays are over, and with that, the crowds had gone. But we still had the warmth of the summer sun and longer days. Other than a few locals foraging for berries, we largely had the park to ourselves. We also went foraging, but didn't have to go very far. There were so many blueberries along the track. With bellies full and fingers and clothes stained purple, we continued on towards the Fagarash mountain range, which rests in the southern part of the Carpathian mountains. This area holds some of the highest peaks in Romania and an incredible conservation project that would lead us in a direction we didn't see coming. But more on that later. We drove up a gravel road through a beautiful forest, and then suddenly we were on this plateau. The next camping spot really surprised us and was unique to everywhere else in Romania. My love for trees makes it one of my favorites. We sat in awe as we drove past these huge oak trees. Over 500 of them can be found here, and they are anywhere from 200 to 800 years old. They are a keystone species, which means they hold together entire ecosystems, and without them, these ecosystems would look very different. Call me crazy, but I see trees as living beings and friends. I often greet them with a hug and thank them for all that they do. Matt has taught the kids from early on to greet and interact with the trees, to build a respect and appreciation for them. While he equally loves trees, he doesn't go around hugging them like I do.
This is what happens when you go off-roading and on bumpy roads.
Boxes, bags, and even cans had burst open. Just what you want to see when you're about to cook dinner and you know it's getting dark soon. I salvaged what I could and put things in some other boxes we had so they couldn't move around as much. The next day we had even more spillage from our driving escapades. A large bottle of biodegradable soap that can be used for all our cleaning needs was now all over the bottom of the trailer. It seemed the more Matt cleaned, the more that would appear. We used our dirty clothes to wipe it up as best we could. We were learning that we'd have to be even more diligent in how we stored things if we wanted to continue going on these fun off-roading tracks. We said our goodbyes to the oaks and made our way to a campsite where we could have a reset before heading into the mountains again.
At the moment, we are at sort of a free campsite that's been set up by the local government. It's free to stay, and they've got showers and sheep, which you can hear in the background.
Showers and sheep.
That's
why we were sold on it.
Power
Showers and sheep.
and internet. So we kind of stayed here for a few days to release our first YouTube video. Do you need to move?
Ideally,
Because
yeah.
you're talking like this.
I can't see. Yeah, to be this early on in a trip with 2 young kids and everything that's going on, and even try and remember to even film, let alone put something together that makes sense and is watchable and potentially entertaining. Yeah, and I think we got to the stage that we both looked at it and we were proud of it. all things considered, and I think that's a huge
it's not
milestone.
perfect, but you
Yeah.
know, we tried our best, and that's all that matters.
So we'll just keep getting better as time goes on. You know, we keep learning and looking at things that we want to improve, and the next one will get better and better and better. And we've got to remember we've got a 5-year timeline here, not kind of 5 months. Yeah, I think next on the horizon is just something that I've really been looking forward to. We're going to start getting stuck into a conservation project, and I mean, we've just kind of realised that the route in is down the Trans-Faghasaran highway, which Top Gear named as the best road in the world, so we will see. And then it takes us into an area that is basically the middle of nowhere, deep in the Carpathian mountains, and there's not a lot of information to go off apart from a few GPS coordinates. And then there's large areas of clear-cut forests, and we're going to go and do some investigating, some filming. We would have liked to have done a bit more with the people on the ground here, but unfortunately timing has meant that they've got a large audit on and they're all hands on deck, and so they can't spare any people. And also it's quite complicated getting to this specific GPS coordinates. It's over various different landowners' land. And so yeah, we're going to see how all this plays out. But for me, it's a lot of fun. We've got a map out, we have a rough plan, we're going to a very interesting area of the world. There's not a lot of people, and we're going as a family. So who knows what's about to happen.
Yes. You got a shepherd stick?